What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Figuring Shit Out podcast, or the F.S.O pod. It's your girl, Leah, and today we're going to be talking about something that I'm pretty excited to dive into. I've been doing a bit more self-reflection and kind of self-realization about it, and I'm just excited to talk about it. As usual, just sharing my personal opinion and my perspective that nobody asked for and probably nobody cares about, but I don't care. I'm gonna give it anyway. So with that being said, if you're a returning listener or you're hearing me for the first time, I want to start that off with saying thank you. Appreciate you for tuning in. And yeah, go ahead, grab your snacks, grab your loofah with your soap, put your feet up, whatever you do when you're podcasting, sit back and go ahead and listen to me talk my ish. So yeah, as I said, welcome back. It is season 3 of this podcast. And yeah, I just want to actually just go ahead and dive into this topic. So I want to talk about giving people the opportunity to show up. And by that, I mean, if you need something, if you're going through something and you need support, and, you need people to be there for you, or you would like people to be there for you, you have to give them the opportunity to show up. Closed mouths don't get fed. I've been guilty of perpetrating this and doing this to people and then feeling some kind of way because I'm dealing with something or I'm going through something and, no one's reached out to me or no one's, called to figure out, what I'm dealing with and whatever baggage I have at the moment. And I've just come to realize that a lot of the times that's not fair. We don't know what we don't know. If you're dealing with something and you're experiencing, hard times and hardships and I'm not aware of it, you can't necessarily hold that against me. And a lot of the times, a lot of us don't know how to reach out to people. I know I'm kind of one of those people. I've been working on it for years now, though. And I would like to say I'm getting a little bit better at it. You know what I mean? But old habits die hard. But, I'm definitely getting better at reaching out to people, when I need someone to talk to. Sometimes, again, old habits die hard, but I do try to be more intentional about what I need from the people in my life. And, again, I've come to realize that you have to give people the opportunity to show up. You don't know if someone's going to come out and support you if you don't give them the information to know that you are doing something that requires them to come out and support you. You know what I mean? Like if I have a open mic night, and I would love to see, friends of mine or family of mine come out and support me, but nobody shows up. I can't be mad if I never reached out and said, hey guys, I don't know if you're free or if you're available, but if you can make it, I'm doing an open mic night, at this time, this date, this location. I'd love to see you there, love some support. I can't be mad if I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Or if I mentioned maybe, hey, so I have something coming up soon. It'd be cool if you could come out, but I never specified. I never gave a date, never gave a time, never followed up, never nothing. Right. And I've seen that happen. I've seen, people kind of in my life, not even necessarily people that I know, but just, I've seen those situations kind of play out in front of me. Again, I've also been guilty of doing that to people and feeling that way towards people. And I've also had people feel that way towards me, and I think I'm the kind of person that now if I'm not there for you, I would hope, or if you, okay, let me rephrase that. If you feel like I'm not there for you, I would hope that you feel that way because of my own actions. as in like the things that I've said, the things that I've done, whether that be I always make plans and I always cancel, or I tell you I'm going to be there, but I never show up, or, you know, I honestly, I don't really have another example like that, but you know what I mean? Compared to you do things or you make plans and you may be vague when you mention them to me. You may not give me all of the information or all of the details, or you may not follow up with me, so I'm not fully aware of what's going on. And then now you feel like, well, I told you that I had this going on, but you didn't show up. You know, it's like you told me you had something going on, but you hit me up about it 3 weeks ago and you never followed up, or you never told me what it was, or, you know, when it was, or what was happening. Like, you know what I mean? So let people show you who they are, man. Like, I don't really know any other way to say it. You know, just you have to let people be who they are, and you have to let people show up. You know, it's almost like giving someone the opportunity to either disappoint you or show up for you. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, I don't know. I don't really know any other way to really put that. This particular topic, it kind of just randomly came to me today, honestly. I got home from work and I was getting dressed after taking a shower, and it just kind of popped in my head, and I was like, damn, you know what? I kind of want to, yip yap about that a little bit. So yeah, that's what I decided to talk about. I hope that I don't seem very ranty or rambly a bit. Again, I didn't really have time to sit and do any like research or nothing, or really kind of make any notes. I do try to have maybe a couple key points when I am recording episodes, but this is a genuine just raw dog recording session. So yeah, but again, speak up. Speak up if you need a friend, if you need guidance, if you need support, if you need something. Speak up. No one's going to know to be there for you if you don't tell them that you need them to be there for you, especially because I know myself, and I tend to try to maneuver through certain situations the way that I maneuver through them, so like if I know I'm going through a particular kind of hardship or a hard situation, I know how I would handle that. So if like a friend of mine or if a loved one is dealing with that kind of situation, I kind of treat them the way that I would kind of maneuver it. So, I may not be like super overbearing. I may not be constantly, like asking or reaching out or, trying to like be present and like be in your face. I may be a bit more kind of like, hey, just, want to let you know I'm here, if you need anything, like, you know what I mean? But I am also learning as well. A big point in that is asking what people need. I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with giving people the opportunity to show up for you. With that comes letting people know what you need from them. Like if I'm having a hard time and I need like a shoulder to cry on, like that's what I want. I have to express that. I can't just say, oh, I'm going through this, and then that's it. You know what I mean? And then, either not feel some kind of way, but either just kind of start to think certain things if people don't show up for me, and also as friends and family, and as, the support system for whoever may be dealing with whatever, even if it's something good, ask people what they need from you. That's something I'm honestly learning is just, man, you can so many just silly little miscommunications and unnecessary situations arise from just avoiding doing that one simple interaction, or the asking that one simple question of, how do you need me to be there for you? What do you need me to do for you? Like, what do you need me to do? That's something I'm trying to work on, like when it comes to like talking, when my friends hit me up, our family, if they hit me up and they say they need to talk or they want to talk, I'm trying to be a lot more conscious of asking them what they need from me. And I know there's times where I'd kill it. And there's other times when I slacken it. It's just something that you have. Communication itself is a skill that you have to be extremely intentional. So when it comes to that form of communication, I'm working at it. I'm a work in progress, but I do try to ask what is needed of me and what's expected. That way I know how to show up for that person in that moment, whether that be they just need someone to just sit and listen to them for 15, 20 minutes, whether they need advice, whether they want advice, whether they don't really know what to say. So maybe they just spit out a few sentences that make absolutely no sense and they want you to try to help them make sense of it, which I've had those moments before. I've also been that person that's like, and then like my best friends or, like the people in my life are just like super dope and, they know me. So they're like, okay, like, you know what I mean? And they kind of help me process and stuff like that. So, yeah. Again, just, closed mouths don't get fed. And today is a very, not even today, but, this episode is a very, very short episode. So once again, this is the 3rd season of the podcast. It is officially live again on buzzsprout.com, also Apple Podcast and Spotify. You can find it by searching either my first name, SHALY', or the title, The Figure and Shit Out Podcast. So yeah, I'm not yipping and yapping as much as I usually do, but if you stuck all the way through and you just listened to me talk my ish, I appreciate you. And, yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and finish this one out, yo. So as always, man, live love life, be kind. Until next time.